Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode on the channel. Today it's the start of a new series. It's called the Romance Brand Diaries. It's a series that I'm doing on Instagram and that you can follow there weekly, but that I'm going to recap here every once in a while just to show everything that I've been working on. First of all, if you don't know me, I'm Elena Locatelli. I'm a romance author and brand designer, and I'm combining my two passions to bring to life the fictional worlds of the fictional characters I'm writing. I actually got this idea last year when I started to create logos for this new romance world that I was creating. I thought that this year that it was a good thing to help me both promoting my books and promoting my design business. I've always written romantasy, but last year I started writing sports romance after the Olympics, a surf sports romance. I just wrote 20 chapters, but the idea kept being like pushed away. If you're an author, you know that sometimes if you are really creative, ideas come and it depends on you if you want to follow them or if you are strict with your schedule and stick to it. For me, this year, 2025, has been a year in which I allowed myself to jump from project to project because I had already a really good publishing schedule. I was going to republish 2 books and publish 3 books. So it meant that I was covered. I could allow my creativity to follow whatever path it called me. I don't know if it's summer. I don't know what is it. I don't know if I've read too many 80 Years of Good books, but I started my romance era. I wrote 3 books about this new romance world that I created that's called the Elenaverse. Thank you, Aliverse. It's a world in which I'm slowly creating several characters that are appearing in other books. It's so funny to me because like planning this in advance helped me really to create a little bit of Easter eggs along or foreshadowings along the journey for the readers. It really helps me to build this. Okay, this character just appeared in this book. Oh my god, this is the character that's going to appear in the next book. I mean, they're all interconnected, standalones. So for the time being, I wrote Sofia and Lilia's story, Callum and Alejandra's story, and Leonor and Levi's story. The first 2 are strongly interconnected because Sofia and Alejandra are best friends since they were kids. Sofia is a woman in STEM. She is a marine biologist, while Alejandra, she's a pro surfer, and they've been friends since they were kids. Those 2 books are interconnected because the 2 characters like appear in each other's book. Leonor's book, I wouldn't say is interconnected with this one, but the same characters appear. Alejandra and Calum, for example, appear in Leonor's book quite often. But it's more like cowboy oriented because it's set in Arizona, in a ranch, in a wave pool ranch in Arizona. And it was so fun to write. I can actually wait for next year to be able to publish these books. These books are gonna come out next year because I said my schedule was already tight and I needed to follow through because I want my readers to be as happy as possible. And since the fan of the healer have been waiting for like 2 years, I think they deserve to see the hybrid, which is the second book in the duology, and War Weapon, which is the spin-off. But let's go back to the Romance Brand series. So what I did is that for me to be able to understand the characters better and to understand the world in which they are in, creating their projects, turning them to life is basically what I truly needed to do. And one of the main protagonists of the book is not only Sofia, is Salacia Project, which is the name of the book. And Salacia Project is a project she built after she fired herself from the Neptune Institute of Marine Science, which is the other brand that we are going to focus on today. Today we're going to focus on Salacia Project and Neptune Institute of Marine Science. And the names are not just random. Salacia is the goddess of salt water, calm salt water, and the wife of Neptune in the Roman mythology. Neptune is basically Poseidon in the Roman mythology. I wanted this to be completely opposite Neptune, to show more scientific approach. It was more masculine approach, while Salacia it has more like a feminine approach. And you can see it definitely in the logos that I've worked and the brand identity that I've created. Salacia Project is just 4 months old when the book starts. It's a baby, it's a new business, it's a boat tour basically, but with the possibility to learn about marine life from an actual biologist, marine biologist, which is Sofia. She published many papers that have all been stolen by Neptune, which is maybe stolen is not the right word. The right word would be she gave it to them without actually reading the contract. So it was like a little bit of a mess for her because there was love involved, because she left the Neptune because she wasn't around to be president of the institution. It's really old institution. Think about Milan 1896, really academic, and she was about to get to become president, but the spot got stolen from her ex-boyfriend, and it was a lot about nepotism. So she left it, and she founded Salacia. And Salacia is the complete opposite. Sofia loves the ocean deeply. She wants to stay in the water. And after being 5 years in Neptune with a very more academic settings, she was missing the very true element that she started to study. Creating this boat tour in Ericeira in Portugal was a way for her to get back into her narrative, to bring what she had learned during these years in Neptune and bring it to the people. Like she didn't want this knowledge to just be for scientists. She wanted to be for people. So she found the Salacia Project, and you can see in the logo the lines are really wavy, really soft. They like a current. Creating it has been a lot of fun because it's basically a brand that I would love to actually create in real life, like a boat tour company. Asia is basically a really fun, friendly way of getting to understand the ocean and to be able for the ocean and for marine life to reach people that in a normal setting would have never actually thought about more deep things. Explains everything during the boat tours. They are tiny boat tours because she doesn't have the money to buy a big boat, and the thing is that you can see it how much the effort that she put in this by the way that she created Salacia. And on the other side, we have Neptune with, as I said, it's an academic environment. It is a lot of papers, peer review works. It's basically everything that I profoundly hate about. In this board, it was founded in Milan in 1896, and you will think, why is it founded in Milan, even though it's like Milan doesn't have the ocean nearby? Actually, I was listening to a podcast called Cose dette mare, which is in Italian. So, if you know Italian and you love the ocean and you love marine biology, you should definitely listen to it. It's on Spotify. Because these two girls, these two marine biologists, talk about the fact that when these kind of academic institutions are built far away from the ocean, it's not because there's not a thought process behind. Milan is far away from the sea is not true. Milan is just 3 hours away from the sea, and Italy is a very, very, very marine country. Even in the middle of the Alps, we are not that far away from the ocean, the sea, and it's actually a peninsula. Italian life is strictly related to the ocean, and Milan is a really polyglot, famous academic setting. I checked. My biggest dream was to become a marine biologist, so maybe that's why Sofia is a marine biologist. I went to search for degrees, and one of them was in Milan, which is close to where I'm from, which is Bergamo. Through these logos, I wanted to show the difference between these two institutions. They're completely different. They have nothing in common. The only thing in common was the Sofia working there. And that's it. I really hope you loved it. It's so much fun for me to do these videos because I explain a little bit what's about to come in my publishing journey. I will try to query these books, but if nothing works, I'm gonna just publish them myself next year because indie author, I love being an indie author. I can set my own pace. I just want to reach the right audience and get my readership growing day by day. So thank you so much for being here, for listening to me rambling about books, my books, and my fake brand identities. And if you have any questions, just drop them down, and I'm gonna answer to you in the next video. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and